Well, we're still on the Oregon coast.
See? There we are right there.
Last time you saw us, we drove from Astoria to Depot Bay, exploring as much of the northern and central coast as we could. Now it's time to head south, all the way down to Brookings, and things are, well, it's about to get real interesting. In typical fashion, there isn't much of a set itinerary, just exploring every little detour we come across. Also, can you believe places like this exist in Oregon? By now, you know the crew. Just us, the RV, Otto, and the coast. This was supposed to be a simple road trip, but already it's turned into something unforgettable. And we're not done yet. Welcome to our Oregon Coast road trip, part 2.
I'm Tony Cofield and this is Yachats. Oh God! Ah!
This video is going to be full of amazing views, so let's kick things off with one on our way to Cape Perpetua.
This first stop, honestly, I have no idea where we are. Somewhere between Yachats and the Cape, I think. There are overlooks all along this stretch, but we spotted a little dirt path and decided to see where this one went. It led us out to a cliffside view of the ocean with so many sea stacks. Also, sorry for the dirty lens. I gotta do a better job with that.
Well, we're driving to Cape Perpetua, but the drive there is all along the coastline and it is beautiful. So who knows how long it'll take us to actually get there because we keep stopping, but the view is worth it.
We might have actually been further north near Seal Rock, because we didn't pass Walport or Yachats until later. We got so excited for the view that we sprinted straight to the lookout and completely forgot to film our arrival at the park. But look at this. Sorry, there we go. Look, right here, look at this.
Perpetua indeed. I don't know what Perpetua means.
Well, let's look it up. Perpetua. Google machine says it was discovered by Captain James Cook and named after Saint Perpetua. And it was, God, I'm gonna butcher this, sorry, Halakiak in the Alsatian language, possibly suggesting uncovered or exposed place. That is your daily dose of Google searching.
Oh, hot sand on toes, cold sand in sleeping bags. I come to know that memories were the best things you ever had. The summer shorn, beat down on bony back, so far from home where the ocean stood, down dust and pine bone tracks. We slept like dogs down by the fire.
Breathe that Pacific Northwest air.
Should I get all pop?
What we got cooking?
We got gourmet spicy shin ramyun. We are leveling up from PB&J's to ramen. Baby steps.
Otto. What did you say?
Lunchtime for everybody.
After a very gourmet lunch in the RV, we figured we had enough energy to keep pushing south. And the next stop would have been Thorswell, considering it's not even a 5-minute drive down the road. But there was nowhere to park the RV, so we'll just have to table this for a future trip. Anyway, let's fast forward to when we rode into the campsite in Walport. We got ketchup, mustard, look at those. It's like Maryland almost. Yeah. So we pulled into an RV park for the next 2 nights. The lady at the front desk was super nice. She had free dum-dums. But we're checked in, we're gonna be here for a little bit. We're gonna get the electricity hooked up and chill out for the rest of the day. But there are lots of RVs here. Got our own picnic table over here, which is nice. And I want to draw your attention to this old RV right here, because before we got here, it caught fire and was completely lost. Seeing it sitting here, blackened and hollow, was a gut check. With a vintage rig like ours, that's the nightmare you don't want to think about. But the truth is, it's always in the back of my mind. But preparation is also always key. And not to get too dark, power's hooked up and the soup's on. See you in the morning.
So I'm sure we're gonna get some comments asking why we're at RV parks and not doing freedom camping, and the reason is quite simple. For one, we have an old RV, and as much as she is running great, I'm not totally confident being off-grid with it yet, and it's not really set up to be off-grid yet. We still need to get a generator, probably solar panels and other things. And two, speaking of generators, we need connectivity to make these videos. So like we need Wi-Fi, we need electricity to charge all our camera gear. Being off-grid is not gonna have that for us just yet. Anyway, let's get some breakfast.
We always say in the comments we value your recommendations, and we mean it. So someone in the comment of another video told us we had to stop at this bakery, and lucky for us, it was a 5-minute walk. Perfect, right?
So our original plan was to go to Pacific Sourdough, and we had each already figured out what we wanted, but we did not look at when they're open, which is only 3 days a week, and today is not one of those days. So instead, we walked 5 more minutes to Cafe Chill, and we both got classic breakfast. I got a smoothie. Tony got some sugary coffee concoction, as usual.
Butterscotch.
And I'm really excited. I love a classic American breakfast. This looks greasy and delicious. I was just saying, the thing I crave most when we're abroad is like a diner breakfast. It's very hard to come by, especially in countries where they have like sweets for breakfast. I need meat. Give me meat in the morning.
Instead of stopping in Yachats like we'd planned, we ended up just passing through. The farmer's market had the place packed, which for us meant finding no parking and no stopping. Just a quick wave as we cruise by. Next stop, Florence for some sand surfing. And one place constantly came up as a good spot to rent for beginners.
Sit on the seat, feet forward. You see his position? He's leaning back a little bit. That lets air pass underneath the sled and reduce friction, because sand's got a lot of friction.
After our crash course in sandboarding, it was time to hit the dunes.
She made it. It's pretty windy, but hopefully you can hear me. We came to Florence for one reason only, and that's to ride the sand dunes. Now, the rental place is right across the street from a Fred Meyer, and as soon as you turn a corner, there's sand dunes everywhere. So we're gonna start with the little sand dunes. We got a board. I'm already huffing and puffing. This is like trauma from Pacific City. You can see my foot is completely buried in the sand. Once you get to, I can't even talk anymore. It kind of convinced me to do an actual sandboard, not a sled. So if I do this pretty well, I might upgrade.
With that said, I guess I'm first up. Just gotta get the hang of this thing.
Looks like you're not making any progress.
Nothing about Oregon. Would you believe this is Oregon? This is crazy. So much sand. It's like the desert. It really is. And it's like hard packed too. So you're not stepping. Oh, getting windy. All in it.
Like a sail.
Hey! I'm gonna go backwards.
Maybe it needs a little more wax. That's better. You know, this landscape, all these dunes, it's got me thinking. Remember the movie Dune? This would be the perfect place to practice our sand walks.
We're about to enter worm territory. We can't walk like regular humans. If we do, we're dead. We'll have to walk like the Fremen do. It's called a sand walk.
Anyway, like I said, I was convinced to trade up for a sandboard. Sarah wanted no part in it, but I said, what the hell? How bad could it be?
When your bones become frail, life is stagnant and stale. But don't throw it away, you'll miss it. Hours turn to days, memories tick away, creating lines upon your face, try and hide them.
Probably should have waxed this board a little more. Okay, attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Attempt number 6, I actually made it to the bottom this time.
Nice.
And finally, attempt number 7, I just crash out at the bottom just for fun because at this point,
Nice.
why not? Alright, I think I'm ready for the big dunes, but just not today because my body's already feeling sore.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think times like these is when we need to add a vacuum to our 2-buy list for the RV. It's gonna be really sandy.
We've collected enough sand. In our shoes, in the RV, in places sand should never be, so it's time to get out of here. Easier said than done, getting out was a whole adventure of its own.
Where are we?
Sea lion caves.
What are we doing here?
Seeing sea lions in a cave.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So I think it costs like 18 bucks to get down to the sea lions. But the good thing is, right at the visitor center, there's a monitor so you can see if they're there or not.
Here's some.
Some popcorn,
Yeah,
please.
it smells good.
It does, doesn't it?
Only we could show up to see something cool and being more impressed with the food. But the sea lions are currently in the cave, and there's a lot of them.
Definitely start to smell fishy.
Like the Mexican cenotes. You can see them all over there. There's so many more on this side. There's so many.
Sea lions have a reputation. Loud, a little funky, and very social. So of course one of the world's largest sea caves makes the perfect clubhouse. You definitely hear them before you see them, barking, snorting, the whole chorus. And you might catch wind of them too. From the viewing deck, you can see hundreds of them, piled on rocks, barking, and gossiping. We chilled with the sea lions for a bit, spotted the Hesita Head lighthouse off in the distance, then went chasing after a beach somewhere nearby.
Forest.
While Sarah's happily frolicking along, we're making our way down what's called the Hobbit Trail. I'm guessing it gets its name from all the greenery and little underpasses that form tunnels, like walking through a hobbit hole. It's probably the easiest hike we've done this whole trip, just 10 minutes, and at the end, you pop out at this gorgeous stretch of beach.
So I lived in Washington for the first 23 years of my life, and then moved down to San Diego. That is the first time my feet have touched the Pacific Ocean since 2018. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I didn't realize it till I put my feet in, and I just felt grounded. And that's when I realized it's been 7 years.
I, on the other hand, thought it was the coldest water I stepped into next to Iceland.
Iceland?
That water was cold, man. I was in there for like 5 seconds and I thought my feet went numb.
I'm done. That's it.
Morning came with sore legs and sand still stuck to everything, so the next day we moved slow. No rush as we pointed the RV toward Bandon.
All right, we made the 2+ hour drive south to Bandon. We're gonna grab some food. We're in a public parking spot that's very close to all the restaurants here, so I think we're gonna go to Tony's Crab Shack. And then after lunch, we'll probably walk down towards the water to see what's waiting over there.
Seafood's typically pretty expensive, and this crab shack was no exception. So we're gonna split an item. But they're supposed to be famous for the crab sandwich, and it looks pretty good.
$34.50. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, wow, that looks so good. Oh my God. That is delicious. Not too like of the sea, but the bread is, of course, I like the bread the most. Like on a sourdough bread, but it's shredded really finely. Bomb.
Not gonna lie, for a sandwich and chips, the price tag made me do a double take. But that was good, y'all. That aside, we weren't sure if we'd find parking near the beach, so we decided to just walk 1.5 miles down to Coquille Point.
We left the beach adding a little more sand to our collection in the RV. By the time we found camp near Gold Beach, it was already dark and we were beat. But the next day we woke up determined to claim an early spot at Natural Bridges and Secret Beach.
There it is. Slippy.
Natural Bridges is one of the most famous and photographed spots on the southern Oregon coast, and it's just as jaw-dropping in person. But here's the thing a few folks will tell you. The hike you see people doing to the actual bridge isn't an official trail, and it's dangerous. Even though it's a hike tons of people still do. Yep, including us. The trail as a whole has very steep inclines, roots, and vines that stick out. It can get really slippery, and the wrong step could put you in the ocean. Just to be clear, we're not endorsing everyone go do this hike too. The danger is real, even if the view makes you forget that. Being completely honest, I thought the only really sketchy part was the path down to the rock bridge that overlooks the ocean.
Natural Bridges lived up to the hype. Next on the list is Secret Beach. And I couldn't help but wonder if it would carry that same kind of magic.
So ironically, Secret Beach has been the most populated trail we've come across. So it's not so secret anymore, probably thanks to people like us who go to these places and put it on the internet, but it is a must-see. It is very beautiful. The trail down here was not too challenging. Looks a little challenging to get down to the beach, so if you are not super mobile, maybe hanging out here will be your best option.
I'm starving.
As seems to be the theme of this trip, the spot we initially wanted, in this case Groundling's Pizza, was closed. But we stumbled onto Plan B, a random fish and chips truck that looked too good not to try.
What, chicken strips?
Yeah. Classic.
So we got one fish taco, one shrimp taco. They usually don't do half and half, but they did half and half today since they're not so busy. I think this is the shrimp.
Juicy. What's that?
I should have washed my fingers. Tree sap.
Gross.
I was like, that tastes sweet.
Let me see your hand. Ew.
Okay, Woggy. We've seen nearly everything we wanted to see and do on this road trip, and now it's time to hit the road. About 4 hours inland is our next stop, Crater Lake. The Oregon coast has made this first road trip in the RV pretty special, and hopefully the drive to Crater Lake will be just as epic. But be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss that detour in the next video.
It's been 7 days. We haven't had any water.
Shut up.
Just been in the middle of this desert.
There's a Fred Meyer literally right there.
For what?
Well, I would say hugging. Well, I can get up in its pubes. Tree pubes.